everybody, so it's Boba Fett time once again with the Book of Boba Fett episode 4 on Disney+. Surprisingly, last week's episode 3, was a bit divisive, especially when it comes to certain elements like the biker gang that Boba Fett employs. I do kind of agree with the criticisms after rewatching the episode a couple more times, but I'm hoping that they develop at least to be somewhat decent characters. I was extremely excited though after the end of last week's episode, seeing that Boba Fett and Fennec Shand are going to go to war with the Pikes. All of that has potential to be very interesting stuff. Sadly, we don't really get a whole lot of that stuff in this episode. This episode, once again, primarily is a flashback episode, which isn't always a bad thing because I do like some of the flashbacks in this series, but they're just so structured weirdly, you know? Big flashback this week is something I feel like we could have gotten a couple episodes back, not episode 4 of the series, where we find out how Boba Fett and Fennec Shand actually met and kind of formed their partnership. I did really like seeing the reverse angle of that scene from The Mandalorian where it looked like Fennec Shand was shot and left for dead, and we see someone walk up and it is Boba Fett, like a lot of us speculated all those years ago. Cybernetically enhanced people aren't something that's new to Star Wars. You know, Luke and Anakin have robot hands, but we seem to be leaning a whole lot more into that in the Book of Boba Fett, seeing so many different people have robotic enhancements to them. I wasn't expecting that to be the way that we revive Fennec Shand, though, with Boba going to this person and having her revived in that sort of way. Those music cues in that scene were kind of weird. It felt very much out of like The Matrix or Cyberpunk even. I don't know if you guys have played that game, Cyberpunk. It was kind of odd, you know, especially for Star Wars. It didn't feel very Star Wars-y. The heist that they go on to break into Jabba's palace to get back Boba's ship, I thought was a lot of fun. I guess we're not calling the ship Slave 1 anymore because I don't think anyone in the episode calls it that. They call it something else completely. I guess it's not politically correct anymore. I don't know. This entire section of the episode probably was my personal favorite. The way that we break in to try and sneak in, and just all the crazy different robots inside of Jabba's palace that they have to fight off. I think my personal favorite was the chef droid that looked like he was trying to be like General Grievous with the way he was spinning around all those knives. I was really hoping that segment was going to go on longer to see Boba Fett fight off this chef robot, but Fennec Shand takes him out easily. Fennec Shand probably gets the best development in this episode, because one of the things I've really been kind of not a big fan of in the show so far is the fact that Fennec has not really done all that much, which is a shame because Ming-Na Wen is a fantastic actress and I've loved her so much in the previous Star Wars stuff she's been in, like this, The Bad Batch, The Mandalorian, but this episode I think is the best so far for her in the series. She's taking out all the different people, holding down the fort. Even if we know going in that they're going to get the ship back and fly away because it's a flashback, it was still a lot of fun, especially what comes afterwards with the ship as they try and take out all the different people. This very much was Boba Fett's revenge tour, shooting down all those people on the speeders and then going back to the Sarlacc pit to try and get back his armor. I guess he doesn't realize that the Jawas are the ones that stole his armor, but it's still made for a fun action sequence nonetheless, seeing him fight the Sarlacc pit. It was extremely satisfying to see them take out the Sarlacc with a seismic charge of all things. Pretty cool stuff here. Most of this stuff is a lot of fun. I just think it's very weird placement to have this 4 episodes into the show. I really think that a lot of this could have been episode 1 or 2, and would have felt a little bit more natural because after 30 plus minutes, we finally get the main storyline that we're following in the present timeline. Finally now, after 4 episodes, the Bacta tank has healed Boba Fett to the point where he's like 100% healed now, so that's great. He's got eyebrows, he's looking fresh and brand new. Going into this episode, I knew that last week wasn't going to be the last time that we saw Black Chrysanthemum. I'm glad that he stuck around though. I don't think the people around him probably wish that he stuck around because he fights the Trandoshans and rips one's arm off. That was pretty brutal. Is it completely predictable that Boba Fett would hire Black Chrysanthemum to be the muscle for his organization? Yes, but it's still pretty cool nonetheless. It's such a bummer just how much the flashbacks take up when it comes to the runtime of this series, because we don't have a lot of time to develop the stuff in the main timeline where Boba Fett is meeting up with everybody, trying to get everyone on the same side to fight against the Pike Syndicate. It's a compelling scene, but it just happens so quickly and then the episode is over. I get excited though because of the way that we end off the episode, that balcony scene between Fennec and Boba, because it sounds like we're teasing some Din Djarin in the next episode. We've had a few Mandalorian teases in the show so far, especially in this episode, but that theme kind of cued me in that maybe we're going to hire him, we'll see him next episode. I feel like we're going to at least see him at least by the end of the series, you know? I don't know, give me something here to be excited for next week. Overall, the episode was fine. The flashbacks are getting kind of monotonous at this point. I'm hoping that we get some more development in the current timeline, because when we do get that stuff in the current day present stuff, it's pretty interesting. We just don't get a whole lot of it. I fear that we're going to get more flashbacks next week. I'm kind of just over flashbacks. But make sure you share your thoughts down below. What do you think of this episode of the Book of Boba Fett? Do you like the episode, not like the episode? Share all your thoughts and theories you may have of what you think you're going to get in the next couple weeks. We have a couple episodes left of this series before it finally ends. But thank you guys as always for checking out my reviews. I really appreciate it. Make sure you like the video, so subscribe to the channel to update me reactions, unboxings, and more. Next time, we'll see you guys later.